So, you've got a dog in Eureka and you know how incredible life is here. But you also know you need the right trainer to make sure you and your furry friend can enjoy all of it together. That's exactly what this guide is for, to help you find that perfect professional with confidence.
All right, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about what's unique about training a dog right here in Eureka. Then we'll look at different training methods and what they cost. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty, trainer credentials, the exact questions you should ask, and some local rules and resources you need to know about.
Okay, first things first. Finding a trainer isn't just about sit and stay. It's really about finding someone who gets Eureka, someone who understands the unique things we deal with and the amazing opportunities we have when we're out with our dogs here. Exactly. I mean, think about it. Life with a dog here is a mix of enjoying those beautiful coastal trails and then, maybe an hour later, navigating the busy sidewalks in Old Town. A trainer who gets that local vibe is going to prepare your dog for both of those worlds, not just one. So let's put this into practice. Can your dog calmly walk past another dog on a trail in Sequoia Park? Or what about ignoring all the smells and sounds down at the waterfront? A good local trainer is going to build their program around these real-life Eureka moments. That's the goal, right? A dog that's just easy to be with, anywhere you go. All right, so we've established why that local knowledge is so key. Now let's talk about the actual training itself, the methods and the types of programs you're likely to see. Okay, this is a big one. The gold standard in modern dog training is something called positive reinforcement. It's simple, really. It's all about rewarding your dog for doing the right thing instead of punishing them for the wrong thing. This builds trust and makes your dog want to work with you. It's all about teamwork, not fear. So, what does this training look like in practice? Well, you'll probably be choosing between group classes and private sessions. Group classes are awesome for learning basic manners and getting your dog used to other dogs and people. But, if you've got a specific issue at home, like maybe your dog goes nuts when the doorbell rings, that's where private sessions are really valuable. They offer that one-on-one focused help. And of course, we have to talk about money. What's this actually going to cost? Let's break down the typical prices for dog training right here in Humboldt County so you can get a good idea of what to budget for. As you can see, the costs can vary quite a bit. A typical 6-week group class might run you somewhere between $200 and $300. A single 1-hour private lesson is usually in the $90 to $150 range. And then you have the really intensive stuff, like a board and train, where your dog goes to live with the trainer for a few weeks. And yeah, that's a much bigger investment, as you can see. Okay, so once you have a budget in mind, how do you know if a trainer actually knows what they're doing? Well, one of the best ways is to look at their credentials. Certifications show that a trainer is serious about their profession and stays up to date on the best, most humane methods. I know, it looks like a bunch of random letters, but these really do mean something. Look for things like CPDTK or KPA-CTP. That tells you the person has actually passed tests on animal behavior and science-based training. And hey, if you're dealing with something more serious, like major fear or aggression, you'll want to look for an even higher level of certification, like a certified dog behavior consultant. So, you've found a couple of trainers who look good on paper and have some solid credentials. What's next? Now it's time to talk to them. This is your interview, and it's your chance to see if their style is a good match for you and your dog. Here's a little checklist for that first call. You'll want to ask them straight up, what's your training philosophy? You're listening for positive reinforcement. Ask them about their certifications. Ask how they'll track your dog's progress and keep you in the loop. And this is a big one. Always ask for a clear, written breakdown of the costs before you agree to anything. Because really, training isn't just about what happens in that 1-hour class. It's about what happens out in the real world. So let's talk about some of the local rules here in Eureka and some awesome places to go practice everything you and your dog are learning. And here is a really important one you have to know. In Eureka, in any public area, your dog's leash can't be longer than 6 feet, period. That's the law. So those long retractable leashes, they don't count unless you can lock them at 6 feet or shorter. A few other key things to remember. Your dog needs to have a current rabies tag on their collar. That's required. Also, double-check that any trainer you're thinking of hiring has a proper business license from the city of Eureka. And, good training is the best way to avoid issues with things like excessive barking, which can become a real problem. Okay, so you've done the work, you've learned the skills. Now for the fun part. Where can you go to show off all that great training? Because that's the whole point, right? To get out and enjoy life with your dog. And luckily, Eureka's got some great spots for it.
For example, Sequoia Park is fantastic for practicing those leash skills around all kinds of distractions people, other animals, you name it. The Hikshari Trail, that's the perfect place to work on recall on a long leash with the ocean and birds as a real world test. And if you want to practice polite walking past bikes and joggers, the Humboldt Bay Social Trail is absolutely perfect for that.
So, are you ready to build that amazing partnership with your dog? Picking the right trainer is such a huge first step, and hopefully, you now feel way more prepared to make a great choice. Just imagine it, having a dog you can take anywhere in Eureka without stress, from just relaxing at home to hitting the trails with friends. We wish you the absolute best of luck on your training adventure.